by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed, they want that bye, and they want to be sitting on their couch during the wild card round, watching everybody else beat each other up. You factor in that rest, you factor in getting your legs back under you and getting some guys back, maybe who were out some previous weeks, and you're playing in front of your home crowd. That's every team's dream to start the season, and it's exactly what we got here.
The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home, and you're going to be getting ready for the offseason.
An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Let's go now. Roll.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Richardson gonna look to throw. Quickly out to Downs on the receiver screen.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of shotgun, Richardson. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's going to have a Colts first down as this defense can't come up with the play they need. They surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos. Because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A give right up the middle to Henry. And he's going to take this all the way home. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Colts offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. One quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's a 2nd and 12.
Ready?
From the gun, Richardson. Looking middle, and he's got downs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Here we go. Back.
Throwing is Richardson. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it off. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last 2 drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Jackson gonna keep it himself. Credit him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. And finally, they bring him down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. They'll be marked down very close to the 1st down. They got 14 to the 15 that they needed. It's going to set up a manageable 3rd and short. They'll try and run for this with Henry. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Rashad Bateman Touchdown, Baltimore.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Let's go. Reno.
To throw, it's Richardson. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd down, 3 to go. Throwing, Richardson. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Play action now. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here's Jackson. Taking a 2nd effort, and he is in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they find themselves down 3 touchdowns here. Needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Now Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Let's go now.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Off he goes. That one good for 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. He pulls it in around the 5.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Come on, come on.
Looking to throw. Richardson. That one taken in. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this one is blocked. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And they're just gonna run it here up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Off the play fake. Jackson. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. And this one is blocked. So we are at halftime in this AFC divisional, and no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the third quarter underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Inside the 40, Derrick Henry. And he's going to go all the way. An electrifying run. 73 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
He'll go again here with Henry. And he's into the end zone again. It's the Octopus. He's got the long run for 6 and punches in the 2. All 8 points for good measure. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game, under pressure all game long, the secondary feasting on his passes.
Here we go, here we go. Unlock right. Left.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Richardson operating from the pistol. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Here we go. Back. Ready.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Bronco switch. Bronco check. Panther.
Quick throw here on the RPO, caught by Thomas. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Let's go. Ready.
Richardson. He gets this one complete to Pittman. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Let's go.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Get it. Roll.
Now Richardson. For the sideline, he's got downs.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Ravens has it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So we might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble.
Ready. Set up.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it, gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Richardson to throw. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got it at the 3.
Hustle.
And that's going to move him closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Josh Downs. Touchdown, Colts. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the option, they give it to Henry. Oh, yeah. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Here's 1st and 10. They're going to go right back to Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he lowers the shoulder. A gain of about 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
13. 180. Cut.
They'll drop to throw. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. On 4th down, here comes Justin Tucker for the Ravens. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense ready to take over once more. Let's go back through their earlier possessions, and a lot of them, Greg, have ended with the defense going the other way.
And there's no greater indicator in the NFL of success in terms of wins and losses than the turnover battle. And we've seen so many statistics and charts. We can go on and on. The simplest way to say, if you protect the ball, your chance of winning goes up. If you don't protect the ball, your chance of winning goes down. So here they have 3 interceptions, losing fumbles. It's really been a meltdown by multiple guys.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, Richardson. To the outside, hauled in by Pittman. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Here's Richardson. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
1st and 10.
There's one.
Here's the give to Henry, running right. Here's 2nd and 9. Lamar going to work from the pistol. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Colts offense make their way out to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down.
Hold the ready. Here we go. Check. Bring it. Check. Check. Cut up.
Richardson gonna look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Throwing is Richardson. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They are moving on as the #1 seed. Victory means they lock down another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.